Right now it's about 9:05, 45 degrees, sunshine, nice clear blue sky this morning. A couple of guests in the studio this morning. I've got Tom Lucas and Pat Valant from American Legion Post 137 in Dyersville. That's right here in Iowa.
Hello, yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How's it going?
It's great.
Great.
Good morning.
Pat, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now let's start, Tom, with a little background on the American Legion. I guess it's been around a long time.
The American Legion was chartered in 1919 by Congress. A lot of vets coming home from World War I, and they started this American Legion, an organization to promote and for benefits and for the welfare of the veterans.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so since 1919, let's talk about what are some of the tenets of the organization, as far as what is it all about, what is it all involved?
Well, it's certainly promoting 100% Americanism, which is actually even in the Constitution, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
which they do that in a lot of ways, protecting the flag, the flag rights, but the underlying message is being involved in the community. We're serving once again as veterans, serving the community, and then also serving each other, making sure we're taken care of and we're recognized, and the veterans' efforts out there.
Sure.
and issues don't get lost in the clutter.
Okay, so what are some of the things that you do right here locally in Dyersville? What are some of the things that the American Legion does?
Well, we provide honor guards and rifle squad for military funerals, in order to honor and to give the veterans that are passing away their just rewards at funerals.
Mm-hmm.
Provide military color guards and rifle squads for parades and sporting events and so forth. Mutual helpfulness, patriotism, national security, promoting those ideas, and we also have some children and youth benefits, child welfare for veterans that whose families need help while they're in the service, family assistance for those people, scholarships. We sponsor the local Boy Scout chapter. Provide information for kids on flag etiquette, Boy State, oratorical contests for kids, like I said, scouting, as well as support the actual families of service people.
Sure, so that's a lot of things that you do in addition to Veterans Affairs and that kind of thing. So let's talk about things that are directly related to the vets themselves. What does the American Legion do there?
Well, the biggest issues right now facing veterans, all veterans, and we tend to focus on those from Iraq and Afghanistan because those are more present in our psyche right now because we see the veterans returning. But you go back to Korea, Vietnam, all the conflicts in between, such issues as suicide prevention. We lose 22 veterans a day to suicide. One is too many. 22 is just ridiculous. There's a majority or different veteran services out there that the Legion's involved with. There's veteran homelessness is a huge problem in the U.S. There's career centers, all those things that the American Legion as a national organization support. And then when we have opportunities at a local level, we try to support that as well. And that's in addition to family support to veterans that maybe there's a veteran in the VA hospital and the family needs support. We kind of rally behind those type of issues too.
Mm-hmm. Now I see on here a career center. We talked about the homelessness and some of those things, but what's the career center about?
The Career Center provides help for returning veterans to help them find employment, a job that might suit them, and to convince employers that veterans have training that might help in their job, they've responsibilities and so forth, and they've kind of been through the mill and they kind of appreciate a good job and will probably do a good job for the employer.
Absolutely, and you know, I guess what comes down to at this point is who is eligible. Some folks may not know if they're eligible or not. Is there any way to kind of clear that up?
Actually, if you go to the American Legion website, they have a very clear definition, but a lot of people that don't think they are probably are. If you served one day in these given periods, and obviously it started with World War I, then there was a period of World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam is almost, I think, a 12 or 15 eligibility period. Then you had lesser conflicts, Grenada, Somalia, some of these other conflicts. So you really, and then as we were talking about earlier, pretty much from the day Desert Shield started, back I think it was August 1990, became Desert Storm the next year, through the current global war on terror, there's millions of service members that would qualify within those last, 20 plus years, and that's the challenge. Is I think we have a good representation. The World War II guys are kind of passing from us. The Korean War guys are starting to get a little fewer. The Vietnam guys are getting involved, but it's our turn, and I'll put myself in that as an old Cold War guy and then a veteran of Afghanistan. It's time for, I guess, our generation to step up and fill those shoes, because we got some pretty hefty boots to fill there, and that's our biggest challenge now, is getting the guys involved. And I know they've got kids and they've got ball games and they've got all those other things, but as a national organization, we still have to take care of our brothers and sisters. And that's, I think, our biggest challenge, the American Legion. And you're probably eligible. If you look it up, if you have a question, you can call any of us. Tom's in the book, I'm in the book.
Sure.
Or, stop up some Wednesday night, any Wednesday night, really, about 5 o'clock, 5:30. And we're in the old maintenance building in the city here. And communities, it's not just Dyersville. We've got Buena Vista members, we've got, Earlville, we've got Worthington, we've got all the surrounding communities. Tom, you could probably add to
Those
that.
guys from Holy Cross, Rickardsville, Balltown that are members, and it's a great group, and we provide services as far as parades or homecoming events or whatever at those communities, as well as Dyersville. One point I want to make too, as far as eligibility, is that reservists are eligible. Reservists and National Guard troops are eligible if they served one day of active duty. They're eligible to join the Legion, and they're some of our staunchest members right now.
Sure.
So if you have a question about eligibility, want to know more about the Legion, give us a call, check our website, check our Facebook page, and you'll find out about the Dyersville American Legion.
Can I throw a shameless Facebook page plug
Sure
in,
can,
Doug?
Pat. Go ahead.
Okay, if you search American Legion Post number 137, to be like the hashtag 137 Dyersville. We build a page. We share a lot of different veterans issues and things about flag etiquette. If it's a half-staff event where we've lost a service member or a person that's important in the community, we'll share that information. And it's meant to be kind of a discussion. If you have questions, you can certainly contact us. Private message us through the Facebook page. It's monitored, most times. And but I'd invite all, and you don't have to even be an American Legion member. Just if you want to see what the American Legion's doing in the community, again, American Legion Post, hashtag 137 Dyersville, and you'll see some neat content there, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Sure. So for folks like you pointed out a good thing, Pat. Everybody says how busy they are these days. What's the level of involvement you expect from folks that join? What's the dedication? I mean, if they're afraid of that, what's the situation with it?
I guess I would say to that, there's really no expectation. You can participate to any extent you want to. I myself, I've been a member for over 30 years, and I really didn't get very involved until about 6 or 7 years ago, and I started going to the meetings when I had time, and now that I'm fully retired, I participate in the funerals and a lot of the other events that are there. So,
and I think everybody has kind of their own level of skills or their involvement in the community that they can bring to the table. I've belonged, I think, for over 15 years, and different projects, got involved with the murals on the back of the building, which was, utilizing some of this, God-given talents that I had to apply to the veterans and the American Legion mission. We've got so many people that can bring something to the table, and collectively you can kind of pick your own projects.
Sure.
And we try to, get max turnout or max effort at Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Obviously, it's
Right.
one of the most visible holidays or events for veterans in the year. But the rest of the year you can kind of pick, and we do monthly different events that American Legion Baseball we sponsor. There's opportunities to help out there if you're a baseball fan. And there's other things in the community that we're involved with. And you can kind of, I hate to say pick your poison, but you can pick your level of involvement. I think that's key what Tom just
Sure, and I think that what Tom did is joined, and when he had time to get more involved, that's what he did.
He's a retired gentleman now, so you...
Yeah. And our post has a real high level of camaraderie,
Sure.
spirit of corps,
Absolutely,
and help each other. And another thing we do is we refer people to the VA. If they need Veterans Administration help because for medical care or PTSD or whatever it is, like Pat said, suicide prevention, we can help you. We can get you the right people and get you in contact with the right place and so forth and get you some help.
Yeah, get in touch with a bunch of guys that have been through many of the same things, so that's a good idea.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And Pat, the Facebook page once again?
Yeah, it's American Legion Post, hashtag 137 dash Dyersville. And again, we're just reaching out. There's a lot of former service members that, really, we need you. We need you to serve once again. And your level of service is what you have time for. But, come back and with your brothers and sisters and for the collective good. It's a great cause. And if nothing else, join and just get a feel for it. If there's financial issues of not being able to join at this time, let's talk about that too.
Sure.
So we'll leave that open as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, if you want to get a hold of Pat Valant or Tom Lucas and ask questions, you certainly can do that.
Certainly.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, gentlemen, for stopping in this morning. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Anytime.
Thanks, Doug.
2 members of our American Legion Post 137 in Dyersville. And, of course, you can always get in touch with me at the radio station if you want more information on how to get a hold of Pat or Tom. Thanks very much.